Okay, gentlemen, you both receive your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, right here is good, anything that's low. Right here is good, anything that's low. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
They don't touch.
All right.
Stand by, buckle up for yet another classic confrontation in our thriving modern boxing world, where more and more the best fight the best. Two supreme light heavyweights in the most anticipated rematch of the year after that bitter controversy 7 months ago up the strip at the T-Mobile Arena, now at the Golden Tower of Mandalay Bay, in a golden age in boxing. Tactics, ring skills, power, mental strength. We have it all in the blender, Paulie.
We sure do. And so much tension in the air as the bell rings for the first round.
Right hand from Kovalev. Remember, it was the Russian that got off to that terrific start, winning the first and flooring Andre Ward for only the second time in his life in the second round. But back came Ward in the back half and changed his tactics. Virgil Hunter in the corner as ever.
You see how Ward is so defensive in the first round right now. And I think he's doing this because the entire promotion, they've tried to get under Kovalev's skin, so they want to see if Kovalev tries to come out too fast, and if maybe they can walk him into some kind of trap. Right now, Ward is very relaxed on the back foot. They're trying to see if Kovalev comes out with too much excitement, and maybe you can set a trap for him and land a big shot.
That's it, too desperate for the knockout, too angry, and maybe leaving holes for the counter punches of Ward.
Yeah, exactly. Ward has come out really relaxed off that back foot. Another nice jab by Ward.
But Kovalev has enormous power. 26 knockouts in his 30 wins.
And he also has an enormous amount of discipline. You know, although you try to get under his skin, at the end of the day, he's a guy with a ton of experience, both amateur and professional. It's going to be hard to undo him mentally, especially so early in the fight.
Yep, 8 defenses of that world light heavyweight title until the defeat, including that really good win over the, albeit aging, Bernard Hopkins, but he shone in that, and he wants to shine again here tonight, Kovalev. Disgusted with the result last time. Believe it was the judges that gifted it to Ward, but it was close, whatever you say.
It was close, and Kovalev making an effort whenever they're inside to at least try to move his hands and try to at least show that he does.
Good shot from Ward, who's going to be cheered by the American fans here.
Just a short little hook. We're trying to get to that body, use the jab to the body. What that'll do is try to distract maybe Kovalev. Oh, nice jab by Kovalev there.
And they get close and personal very early on. Ward said, don't be surprised if the knockout comes in my favor, but he's not a massive puncher, and up at light heavyweight, it would be a surprise that.
Yeah, of course. And I think what Ward really needs to do is just try to get Kovalev's attention, Kovalev's respect. He doesn't have to necessarily drop him. He didn't do that in the first fight. At least get his respect.
Who's settling better for you?
Right now, it's hard to tell. You know, right now it's hard to tell. Ward seems relaxing off that back foot. Kovalev on that front foot seems determined to bring it forward. There's a nice jab by Kovalev again. Hard round to score.
Could be many of those again. Good finish to the session from Kovalev. Did Ward have the better first part?
Good job. Go ahead, Don. Wait 10 seconds. Good job. What do you think? More water. All right. Good job.
The corner of Andre Ward. Virgil Hunter's been with him since he was a kid. Jacob stitched around in there as well. Expert cutsman who was in Vladimir Klitschko's corner a few weeks ago at Wembley said that was one of the nights of his life, even though his man lost. He couldn't believe the 90,000 at Wembley. Here we are in Mandalay Bay, the mecca of boxing in Vegas. The red trunks of the champion, Andre Ward, and the black of the now challenger, crusher, Sergey Kovalev. You couldn't, or maybe didn't want to split them in that first.
It's really hard. I mean, you had a couple of solid jabs and a nice jab there by Ward. I'll tell you, even in a lot of the first fight, I mean, literally a jab or two separated them in a lot of the rounds.
And up close, you could see Ward's inside work as well in the latter rounds as he goes for a right hand. But here's the physical strength of Kovalev, which will act in his favor the more natural light heavyweight, the bigger man.
Well, Kovalev has to use that physical strength. We saw in the first fight, he didn't use a lot of it. Late in the fight, it was Ward who was bullying him on the inside. I think that's one of the adjustments Kovalev needs to make. He's having trouble landing on Ward from the outside, but he's at least keeping him on the back foot.
He's busy, Kovalev,
Come on, watch your ball, watch your ball.
as you'd expect.
A lot of feints from Ward, and that's so he can keep Kovalev's attack off balance, Kovalev's pressure off balance. Kovalev can't really commit to anything he wants to with a lot of those feints. There's a Ward jab.
33 now, Andre Ward. He's had spells of inactivity, shoulder problems. Will the legs begin to slow at some point? So much fire in the belly of Kovalev. So desperate here.
Look how hard it is to find that opening on Ward, though. You know, Kovalev doing a good job, not overcommitting, not putting himself off balance to beat with a counter. But still, look, just having a hard time finding the trajectory on Ward. So again, I mean, how do you want to score the round? Do you want to give Kovalev the points for the pressure, or do you want to give Ward the credit for the ring generalship? It's that kind of fight. And there's a good right hand. And again, it's that kind of shot. It's a good jab. That kind of shot that could decide the round in this kind of fight.
Lovely right hand from Kovalev.
Another jab.
Like the punch that floored him in this very same session 7 months ago. And Ward just a little unsteady there.
And that's the thing, Adam. You know, low blow there. And that's the thing, Adam.
And Kovalev,
yeah, low blow.
He's going to get some time.
Let me know where you're at. Stay.
He's always gone on about the dirty tactics of Andre Ward.
You know, at the end of the day in there, it's a fight. A lot of times, unless the referee dictates the pace and enforces the rules, sometimes guys try to get away with what they can get away with. It's a fight between two guys for millions of dollars. So much at stake, you know, including the championship of the world. That was what I was saying before with the Kovalev jab. You know, he's an underrated boxer. You know, people go into this fight a lot of between these two nice body shots by Ward there. People match these two guys up and they just assume Ward is a better boxer. And probably he's a slightly more athletic boxer. But Kovalev has a good right hand there.
Great shots from Kovalev, and Ward meets fire with fire. Is that sensible, though?
Is there a little bit of a mouse underneath the left eye of Andre Ward? Slight. Another good jab by Kovalev.
Yeah, good round this for the Russian. Just bullying Ward a bit and hurting him too.
We see some of the action there from that last round. It was a right hand by Kovalev that was landed, followed up with a jab. You see some unconventional shot there. It's usually a right hand will be followed by a left hook. But again, Ward is so difficult to time, so slippery that sometimes a simple shot, a straight right hand and a jab instead of a left hook, and that's what got him.
Back in November, that was a 10-8 round. Ward had to haul himself up off the canvas. Wasn't down, but definitely Sergey Kovalev's session.
You see how Kovalev, again, trying to, as hard as he can to at least keep his hands moving on the inside. He tried a big right hand there, he just missed it.
WBA Super, IBF and WBO light heavyweight titles on the line. Both 12 stone 7 on the scales. They worked so hard for this again. So much at stake, Paulie.
Everything's at stake. Ward trying that counter right hand. Trying to get the timing. He's got to be careful, though, because last time, in the last fight, it's what he got caught with the right hand. He was looking to time Kovalev's jab over the top of his jab with the right hand, and Kovalev came with a 1-2 and caught him on the return and fired him.
Again, closing the range. Kovalev, Ward on the back foot.
There's one thing Kovalev could do. He's also another one who tonight could probably cut the ring off a little better. So far, Ward has circled the ring well. And not that it's easy to do in our Ward, because Ward will take a step here, a step there. He'll give you a feint. So it's not easy to cut the ring off. But here, when he's just kind of gliding along, you've got to cut him off.
Fascinating to watch the moves, the feet, the chess match at times.
Tell you what, Kovalev's used his jab pretty effectively tonight. You know, he's been pretty busy with it. Even if it's not always landed, he's using it to keep Ward out of position. It's not allowing Ward to set up anything distinctive offense-wise.
Andre Ward, obviously a brilliant amateur with that Olympic gold, but Kovalev was, you know, very well schooled as well. Sometimes, you know, people just talk about his power, but he does much more than that.
Yeah, he's more than a big puncher. And again, like I said, he's using that jab tonight. Even if it's not always landing, he's using it to put Ward out of position. And if Ward gets put out of position, he can be hit with a follow-up shot for one, and there's a right hand by Kovalev. And he can also be stopped from setting up any sufficient amount of offense.
Around the back of the head, that from Andre Ward gets a ticking off from Tony Weeks, such an experienced referee, to be taking charge of such a high-profile battle. Stalking again, Kovalev.
You see what that jab did. He didn't land the jab, but it backed Ward all the way to the ropes, where now Kovalev can kind of try to do something. Nothing was done really out of the ordinary there, but just the jab alone won the position battle for Kovalev.
He's setting the pace, isn't he? He's making Ward work hard.
Yeah. And see, look at the jab. Look what the jab does. Maybe it doesn't land, but look what it does. You see how it puts Ward out of position?
Clever from Kovalev. Left hand back from Ward.
Taking away any consistency from Andre Ward with that jab. Nice jab by Ward.
So back comes Kovalev with punches as they open up again.
There's some action from that last round. You see that jab landing by Kovalev after a right hand over the top.
The Crusher fan club, his wife and son Alexander there.
Oh, good lead hook to start the round by Ward.
Yep, came out firing there, beginning of the fourth. Kovalev surely with a better part of the first quarter of this light heavyweight title fight.
Kovalev again with that jab, been consistent with it. Either he's landing it or he's put Ward out of position. There it is again. And I tell you what Ward has to start doing. He's got to start doing something to deal with that jab. He's got to either start jabbing with the jabber, or he's got to come over the top of it with some counters, or underneath it with some uppercut counters or whatnot, you know? But he's got to do something to figure out the jab of Kovalev. Draw it out of him with a feint, something where you can make him maybe counter him after. And that jab of Kovalev is giving him a lot of problems.
Right hand from Kovalev was fast as well. Ward comes back with a couple of body shots. It's more intense at times than the last one.
But I tell you, both of these guys are so good. And here's how you can tell. Whatever lands, never lands with 100% authority. It's always grazing. Sometimes it lands at 75%, 80%. Sometimes it lands at 20%. Even anything that's landing, nobody's able to land with the full 100% thudding of the shot, because both these guys are such good at positioning their bodies and also good defensively.
But Kovalev's winning this so far.
Yeah, I think he's controlling the fight with the jab. Honestly, the Kovalev jab has been a difference for me.
Back comes Ward with a shot. It's going to be tit for tat at times. Just stabbing at his left eye there, Kovalev. He has been cut before. Nice shot.
That's the second big shot for Ward this round. He led the round with the hook. Nice jab there.
And another one. Good last 20 seconds for Andre Ward.
Probably the cleanest shots of the fight.
Sergey, come here. Come here. All right, both of y'all, you've been warned already. Let's keep it clean. Here we go. Both of y'all. Yeah, here we go. Time, man, let's go.
Tony Weeks cleaning it up. That's what everyone wants to see.
Another right hand by Ward there. Really a nice boxing round for Ward this round.
Yep, he needed to find some answers. And now he goes to left hand. Just caught Kovalev there from Andre Ward, and that looked a power punch.
Oh, yeah. But he was landing some pretty good shots this round. Probably the cleanest out of both guys that have landed have been Ward shots this round.
Both have always had excellent chins. These are the elite in the 12-7 division. Back comes Kovalev.
You see Ward starting to get confident. You see him get creative there. He tried to come with a left uppercut and then a left hook, doubling up that same hand.
Marked under the eye, Kovalev, but springing back. Really good round this, the fourth.
Kovalev staying consistent with the jab. Maybe he's not getting the better of the round so far, but staying consistent with what's giving him success for this fight. There's another good jab by Kovalev.
Excellent to watch as they engage. More of a high-octane battle second time around.
And some action from that last round. The best round for Andre Ward so far. Landed some good shots. That was a solid left-hand jab, but he also landed some pretty good power shots in that last round. A right hand, a lead left hook to start the round. Ward's best round thus far, and he really needed it to kind of get into the mind of Kovalev and let him know he's there.
Here's the 5th. What happens next in this rematch? We love rematches in boxing, especially at this level. Kovalev going for a left hook, Ward back with one of his own. They might be made for each other, these two.
Yeah, made for each other, and you can't tell them apart is the problem. Oh, good hook by Ward there. Ward with a nice jab. Ward's starting to get warmed up. Get that athletic rhythm warmed up now.
Just some marking under the eyes of Sergey Kovalev, who's breathing quite heavy in the red corner. He brought a new conditioner on board this time around. Sort of stop-start training. Believe he overtrained for the first fight. What do you read into that?
I'll tell you what it is too. You gotta not be so anxious. And Ward has ways of making you anxious and making you miss. Sometimes sharp counters. And when you get anxious, you fatigue yourself.
Right hand from Ward, in and out, utilizing those legs. But good jab again from Kovalev.
Sometimes that jab to the stomach, it is just there to kind of keep you in position, the position he wants you to be in. Ward a little bit more athletic now. He's warmed up definitively.
Definitely a slow start again from Andre Ward, finding that rhythm, but Kovalev's not going for broke. He's trying to contain himself at times and open up at others. Intelligent tactics from both camps.
Yeah, and look at the distance they're fighting at. Look at the distance they're fighting at. So you have to be really good to fight at this distance. There's a nice jab by Kovalev, a nice body shot by Ward, nice right hand by Kovalev. Tit for tat here in this round.
Oh, left hook from Andre Ward. Kovalev was open, but he took it well.
He took it well, but those are the kind of shots that win you rounds, especially in these tight, difficult to score rounds.
Just stabbing at his nose, bleeding. Andre Ward, that could affect breathing later on. In some ways, it's already been better than the first fight.
Yeah. Both these guys know each other a little better now. You know, they're both confident enough against each other, but they're both supremely skilled.
It's more entertaining for the fans.
Yeah, very tactical fight, but you can feel the tension in the air. There's a nice jab by Kovalev. Tell you what, Ward's doing a better job of late in the last couple rounds, not letting Kovalev's jab put him totally out of position. You know, sometimes it does, like right there, but he's not out of position as often as he was on the Kovalev jab. See, he got touched with one there, but then he was able to work his way inside. See the position battle, got him the body shots.
Whipping in hooks to the body, the pair of them, trying to drain the other's energy. It's a really good one here at the Mandalay Bay.
Keep doing what you can do. It's not warm? It's not cold? It's just different. Your face is good. You're doing good. You can shoot with the right hand, you shoot open. Aim low with the right hand for me, okay?
Some action from that round. See Kovalev Ward on the inside whipping those body shots. And that was the thing. And then he brought it back up to the head. He got Kovalev's attention with that body shot. Kovalev with that stinging jab. That's been his bread and butter so far in the fight.
Tension mounting. Andre Ward looked jaded in the corner at the end of that one. Sergey Kovalev the round before. Is it going to come down to fitness, or will the mind start playing tricks, Paulie?
It's going to come down to all of it, Adam, because these guys, it's so difficult to pull them apart as far as separate them point-wise.
The red shorts and the red gloves of Andre Ward, who's 33 now. Sergey Kovalev 4, the Russian, based in Florida, but he's trained in the Big Bear Mountains for this. Ward, as always, back home in Oakland. Both proud family mans and both determined to leave this ring with the world title belts around their waist.
Kovalev turning southpaw here, looking for something different.
Jabs from Ward.
Ward has picked up his jab, the numbers on his jab. There's a nice right hand over the top of the Kovalev jab. And by picking up the numbers on his jab, he's made Kovalev's jab a little bit less effective.
What about the in-close work? Who's getting the better there? Because Ward did in the latter half of the first fight.
I tell you what, it's kind of breaking even in there because nobody's getting any clean shots on the inside, and both guys are trying to effectively work in there. Kovalev in the first fight seemed to rest a lot on the inside while Ward was trying to work. I think it pulled a lot of the rounds for Ward. This time, both guys trying to move their hands inside.
Fans loving this one. As they dig deep already in the sixth.
You see the Ward feints. A lot of the feints are throwing off the Kovalev pressure.
Big leverage Kovalev gets into those shots. Our colleagues at HBO have Kovalev 3 up. Dan Rayfield, just behind us for ESPN, has Kovalev 1 up. Lance Pugmire of the LA Times, Kovalev 1 up.
No, stop, no, let him up.
Bully got it even.
2-1, yes.
I've got Kovalev just in front. But Ward's won the last couple for me. It's a tight one. A lot of body shots going in again now from Kovalev.
And that's the difference with Kovalev this fight. You see on the inside, he's trying to move those hands. Trying to touch anything he can, trying to show that he's working on the inside.
Stop.
Turn southpaw now, Andre Ward.
Now Ward turns southpaw. Both guys have turned southpaw here and there in this fight.
Left hand from Kovalev. It's a big deep breath there from Ward. And another right hand from Kovalev. How comfortable is Andre Ward? Very, if you look at the combination at the end of that. And there's his family and fans.
That was a tough one to score, I'll tell you.
He's frustrated and he don't have an answer. Breathe deep. Good job. You're doing some good work on the inside.
Put the bag on his neck.
It's number 7 coming up.
Put the bag on his neck.
Breathe deep. I got it. I ain't bleeding no more. You want some hot water on your head? Huh? Yeah. Hold the bucket up. Hold the bucket up, Don. We'll get you next round. I got another bucket. First thing you get when you come back.
See some of that action in that last round. See Ward trying to shoot over the top right hand. Kovalev catches him with that right hand of his own. Simultaneous jabs landing there. Both guys have tried to dictate with this jab.
Second half of another tantalizingly poised fight between Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev into the middle of the ring. Phone box stuff, intense.
And Kovalev not wanting to back off this time on that inside trench warfare. See, Ward started the round with a nice right hand, though.
No, stop. Hey, turn around.
Level on your card, Paulie.
Yeah, again, I don't want to just give a guy a round if it's too close to call him.
You're giving two 10 rounds.
I feel like I don't want to punish anybody because I can't tell them apart.
This is where Ward began to come on strong last time out. He's more used to the 12-round distance because Kovalev has so many knockouts. But Kovalev says he won't run out of gas like he did last time. Body shot from Ward. Back comes Kovalev.
Good body shots there.
Stop.
SOG, the crowd cheer from around the Mandalay Bay as again they target the body area, trying to soften the other up.
Yeah, and also just trying to get that mental edge. See, on the inside, one is trying to rest.
There's a cut on the right eye of Kovalev.
Now who knows if that was from a butt or from a punch.
Just staggers there too. Which corner will be happier at this stage?
I don't think either of them can be completely happy or calm with the fight still hanging in the balance. You know, you have to game plan through the full 12 rounds. Nice jab by Kovalev. And Ward getting out of position there, but He's done a better job of not getting put out of position with that jab. Another nice jab by Kovalev. Getting back into a rhythm with his jab.
Oh, Kovalev just hung down there.
Here we go. Come on. No, let's go. No, here we go.
Says it was low. Tony Weeks says no, let's go. Is that a sign from Kovalev?
Ward said he was breaking Kovalev last time. We'll see. Kovalev landed some nice jabs this round. Kovalev tried to say it was low, but Weeks told him, no, you're going to continue here.
Again, you can see the eyes of Andre Ward. He's looking at that long, tall body of Kovalev. And again, just jabs into it. Back comes Kovalev, pouring with that jab, not really landing with much authority.
So Kovalev got his jab working again this round, though.
Throw that left hook. You go with the left hook, so you go to your right hand. Bend and throw that left hook for him.
Just having a look over the HBO stats, both have landed more punches at this stage than they did in November.
Okay? And you just lock uppercuts and everything else. Step over, give him the southpaw uppercut, right?
There's some of that action again, a little bit of the trench warfare. And there's that low blow. Weeks said it wasn't low. It was actually low. But of course, Ward snuck it in there. You get away with what you can.
Here's the 8th round. We thought it would go long again.
Ward tried a big punch to start the round this time. Well, he missed it, but there's the exchanging on the inside.
They're both going right into the middle at the beginning of every single round.
Yeah, Kovalev just landed a really heavy jab about a couple of seconds ago. That back Ward off.
No, turn around.
Bit of inexperience there from Kovalev.
I'll tell you what it is. Ward is a master of mind games. He tries to break you mentally before beating you physically. And he feels like he did that to Kovalev in the first fight, and he's trying to get him there again in this fight.
Good work from Kovalev. The body shots.
But look at the difference in Ward at this point in the fight. He's not losing his positioning. He's making Kovalev miss, but not losing his positioning so that he can come right back and attack if he needs to.
Needs to work hard, though.
Yes, but that gets in the mind of Kovalev. I'm not getting him off of me. You know, it gets in the mind of Kovalev.
Stop. I got you.
Paulie's got Kovalev just in front. Harold Lederman at HBO by 3 to Kovalev. Johnny back in the studio has got it level.
Oh, good body shots by Ward. Also good body shots. Well, that hurt him.
That's hurt Kovalev. And it was deemed legitimate. Tony Weeks had no problem with it. Kovalev's complaining.
I would like to see some replays. The last round he did miss on a low blow.
Stop. On the belt line.
Kovalev, here's the thing, Adam. Kovalev has to take matters into his own hands. At a certain point, you can't constantly look at the referee.
And there's 2 or 3 occasions now that Kovalev has just stopped. And a deep breath there as he turns southpaw. And a right hand from Andre Ward. Really wobbles Kovalev there. And there's a long time left in the round, and he's got to hold on here. The big Russian. And Ward has a major breakthrough.
Look how Ward frees his hands, Adam.
Kovalev in massive trouble as Andre Ward.
Look at the skill of Andre Ward, freeing his hands when he's trying to be held.
Left hand here. Kovalev's got to show strength and steel, because few predicted Ward by knockout, but that might become reality. Kovalev is tottering and teetering on his feet, and there's 38 seconds in the round.
Some of those shots are low, though. Some of those shots are low.
It's been stopped.
No, wait a minute.
You thought that was low the last couple. Kovalev's complaining they were low. Andre Ward believes he's won by knockout in a sensational round. And Kovalev is down. And the Russians are complaining, or they look as though they're about to. Is there going to be more controversy here? John David Jackson unhappy. Andre Ward believes he's got the knockout win. He's up on the ring apron, and 32-0. Andre Ward, few thought he would get the knockout, and he drives through Sergey Kovalev. But did you think one or two of those right at the end might have been low?
I'd love to see the replay, because last round we saw that the shot Tony Weeks said was not low was clearly low. I want to see how these work. It was very clear Andre was trying to break Sergey to the body, and he was breaking him to the body. Those body shots are clearly bothering Sergey, but a lot of them were low. Now, when they're low, you got to call them low. I want to see, because
Sergey Kovalev was talking to Tony Weeks there.
Because last round, there was a clear low blow that Tony Weeks told Sergey, no low, not low blow.
Igor Klimas not happy, but is he just accepting of what happened? And Kovalev has been stopped here. The last two, we believe, looking back on our replays, were low, but there was no question that Ward was on the verge of a stoppage win.
Let's see these shots. That's a low blow there. It's a low blow. Good right hand. That was a great right hand by Ward. That's the shot that actually hurt Kovalev. Look at all the weight Andre gets on that right hand. Let's see the rest of these body shots. That's it. Look at all the weight Andre gets on this shot. He put full weight on it. Great right hand.
A fabulous punch from Andre Ward, that right hand.
Let's see the end. Let's see the, whatever, if these were other body shots, if these were low. Let's see.
He was on the verge. You felt of stopping that one, then that one, then that one. Three left hands.
You can't see it with, we can't see it with Weeks in the way. Hopefully there's another angle of the replay. Let's see. Can't see that one. That one's close. We can't. That one you can't tell either. No, you can't tell. You need a replay from another angle. The angles of these replays are horrible.